This is the one and only TQuest. You're tuned into the TQuest show, relatable, informative, yet entertaining. Shout out to all my listeners out there, the new ones and the old ones. The old ones mean they enjoy all the content that I put out there so they continue to girl TQuest. And shout out to the new people. Just a reminder that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a radio personality, or someone was smart enough to tell you about what I do that you had to figure it out and find out for yourself. If you are new to the TQuest platform, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM. Download your TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store. And make sure you sign up for my mailing list on my website, GottaLoveMeWorld.com, where you can find Gotta Love Me Radio, home of the music and conversations you want to hear. GLM Designs here to take care of all your graphic needs. GLM Voice, because you know I am the voice goddess and I am here for all your audiobooks, your radio ads, your promo ads, or whatever GLM merchandise, GLM media. We are here to elevate you as a person or elevate your business. Now that I've taken the first minute to take advantage of my own platform, because you have to take advantage of your platforms, because that is your moment to tell the world who you are and what you do. You guys know we have to do a mental check. I have to check on my babies and make sure everyone is good. A lot of us is going through a lot of things. A lot of us may be smiling but hurting on the inside. I want to let you know it is okay. It is okay to not be okay. You are human. You have the right to be upset. You have the right to be angry. But remember, if it does not affect you in 5 years, try your best not to give it more than 5 minutes. Life is too short. And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't want to take the short time we have here on earth being angry, mad, upset. Because last I checked, being upset causes a headache, and nobody likes a headache. And if you need someone to talk to, I am a very busy lady, but I will take time out to talk to you, because nothing like having someone there to listen when you are going through things. Now that we've checked on my babies, it's time to bring on today's guest. I'm so excited to dive into his story on the past, the present, and looking into the future. Lady and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Jerry Cummings. Hi.
Thank you. Hey, so good to see you, TQuest.
Yes. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I feel like I'm walking around heaven.
Oh, really? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Now tell me how that is. How's that
Well, I
feeling?
have a piece. I have a piece. I'm looking forward to the future.
Mm-hmm.
I turned 70 years old on August the 23rd, and I feel like I'm just getting started.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I always
Thank
tell
you.
people it's a blessing when you're here to see another day. Some people be like, "Oh, I have nothing to do for my birthday. I'm so sad." You should never be sad in your birthday. It is an honor to see another year. That alone is a blessing within itself. You know what I mean?
It is, and we should be happy every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Every
I want to have
day.
some fun, right? I know I'm happy every day. Sometimes my happiness makes other
Oh
people
yeah.
uncomfortable, but I don't know what to tell them, okay? Because you choose your emotion, and every day I choose to be happy,
Yeah.
you know?
All right. That's right. I do too. I do too. I
Absolutely.
choose to be happy.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's this question I ask all my guests, because depending on who it is, the answer may change. Right now, we have to think all the way back when you were younger, and you're like,
Mhm.
"When I grow up, I want to be." What did you say?
I want to be a professional entertainer.
Really?
I want to make
Okay.
records. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was in a recording booth with my grandmother when I was 4 years old in Augusta,
Wow.
Georgia, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw her record a song called CC Rider, and we
Mm-hmm.
went back and picked up the record. And when I
Yeah.
saw her, when I heard her voice on the record, I said, "Grandmama," I said, "one day I want to make a record." And she said, "Well, when you get older, I'm sure you will." And
Mm-hmm.
she was right.
Yeah. And look at that. Look at that. Now, how was it? Talk about your first experience in a recording booth at such a young age.
Oh, it was like, "What are you doing?" And there was this, it was like a phone booth, and a microphone was coming out of the ceiling, and I was, I'm about a little bit above, I guess, a little bit above her knees, and I'm looking up, and I'm hearing her sing, and then they said it's going to be a record, and I just was curious, how you gonna make a record in a phone booth, and and so when we picked up the record, we went home and played it, and I heard her voice, and I said, "That's what I want to do. I want to make records." I was 4 years old.
Yeah. Okay. That's beautiful. Now, depending on who you are, a lot of people in our culture, they grew up singing in the church. So was that your humble beginnings or was it something else?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't start out singing in the church. My great
Mm-hmm.
grandfather took me to the house of prayer for all people in Augusta, Georgia, where his brother was the founder. And they had trombones, and they had tubas and drums, and they seemed like they were having a good time. I found out that James Brown went into the same church when he was growing up, the House of Prayer in
Really?
Augusta, Georgia. That's where he was born, and my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother just happened to be his midwife and great aunt. And so
Wow.
we all had this thing with the House of Prayer, because you could hear them playing their instruments 2 or 3 miles away. So that's where I became even more curious about instruments,
Mm-hmm.
trombones and tubas and drums. And so I was raised around that. I was raised
Yeah.
around music. And finally, I moved to Washington, D.C. when I was like 8 years old, and I saw my first talent show. And when I saw my
Mm-hmm.
first talent show, I said, whoa, I said, I want to be in a talent show. So it just kept growing like that. I went from one stage to the next. And
Yeah.
all of this is going to be in my new book too. I sent you the cover, but all this is going to be
Absolutely.
in my new book, From Gold to Glory.
Okay. Okay. Well, since you already brought up the book, what inspired you to even start writing for the book?
Well, my life story,
Mhm.
I've had a lot of experiences in life. You live to be 70 years old. You live to travel around the world 5 times. So I travel around the world 5 times with Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Teddy Pendergrass was my best friend, like a brother. His mother she's 103 years old and living
Wow.
and writing me and talking to me. So I had a lot to write about. A lot of
Mhm.
people don't realize what goes on behind the stage, before we get out in the tuxedos, and when they see us, we all smiling and, in tuxedos, but they really don't know the background of what goes on before we hit the stage. A lot of things can go on before you hit the stage. A fight can break out backstage, you know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
so I wanted to tell the story, and it just seems this year the story even got bigger, because I sang a song in Carnegie Hall called My Hero in 1974, and we got
Mhm.
the files to that recording in February. We released it in London, England, and it went to number one. So I'm
Oh wow.
saying, the story just continues.
Mhm.
The story just continues, and I'm excited about, this month.
Mhm. Okay. Now, let's talk about the title of the book. What's the title of it?
From gold to glory.
Okay. Okay. Now, why did you decide to
From
go with
gold.
that particular?
Well, I had a friend. Well, I had a friend, who had been knowing me for many years. He passed away now. And he told me, he said, if you ever write a book, he said, you should call it From Gold to Glory. Well, he
Mhm.
passed away before he could see this happen. And I just kept that in mind. That's why I say I have a lot of things, TQuest, that I want to share one of the most important things that happened to me, and is in the book. A friend of mine named Harry Pierce Jr. Was drafted to go to Vietnam, and he told me that he said, if I don't come back from Vietnam, Jerry, he said, I want you to keep singing. He said, promise me you'll keep singing because you're gonna make it. Well, 6 or 7 months later, he was killed in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
And all I could hear was, if I don't come back, and he was 19 years old. He said, if I don't come back from Vietnam, promise me you will keep singing. And because he was killed in Vietnam, and that kept ringing in my head, I was determined that I was going to keep singing. And one day, like he told me in the park that day, you're going to make it. And that was in 1979 when he was killed. That was in 1969 when he was killed. I met Harold Melvin in 1972.
Wow. That's crazy. You keep getting these
3 years later.
confirmations that this is what you need to be doing. You know, you have to live out your dream. You have to show people your talent, because it's not just for you, it's for us too. You know, because music is therapy, music
Yeah,
is healing, music is happiness, you know. So when you're out there really doing it for the
yeah,
right reasons, it's a beautiful thing to how it affects people, you know. So
yeah.
when it comes to this book,
There's a song
yes.
called. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please
You go
continue.
ahead.
You sure?
There's a song called "Without a Song, the Day Could Never End." You know, I mean, without a song, just think about if there wasn't a song. You know, one of the songs that I sent to you that we might wanted to play was
Yeah.
well, No One Compares to You. You know, that's I wrote that song several years ago and finally got it recorded, you know, and that's one of the things that we missing today in music is the message of love. You know, I think that we need to spread a little love in the world. You know, Stevie Wonder said that love is in need of love today. You know, don't delay, send yours in right away. You know, and so I believe that the songs that I've been born to write and sing are songs that uplift the woman, you know, lets her know how important she is, you know, and I think we need that. We need to do that again.
Absolutely, absolutely. And right now, with music changing and evolving, there's so many more outlets. You know, over the years, everyone wanted to get to those record labels to get signed, to get out there. Like now, you can do it yourself with the proper team. And even though mainstream has changed in a way that a lot of us is not really 100% happy with, trust me, those fans are still out there fiending for the music that a lot of artists is holding back, not putting out there. You know, love is universal.
Mhm.
Everyone wants to be loved.
Oh,
Most people
definitely.
want to share love. Trust me, love songs
Yeah,
is the type of songs that we need more than anything, especially in this climate today with everything we're going on that's going on right now in society. You know, we need that uplifting
yeah. I
music,
just come out
positive.
of the studio.
Hmm.
I was in the studio while I was in Florida in June, and I did a remix on "Oh What a Woman." You know, "Oh What a
Oh,
Woman" is phenomenal. One day I hope to do it with the London Symphony Orchestra. You know, but it's a phenomenal song about this man who met a woman who made him laugh, made him smile. When he was down, she told him that he could get up. You know,
yeah,
and these are the kind of things that everybody goes through. You know, everybody
absolutely.
goes through. You know, so I'm
Hmm.
looking forward, you know, to making this. I believe that music can change the world. I
Absolutely.
believe that. I really believe that music, it sets a vibration. It creates an atmosphere. it can change the world. On our song, Wake Up Everybody, you know, it says time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. And then it says change the world, just you and me. Well, I believe that, you know, because it changed my world. Music changed my world, you know, and I believe that music has a power and a spirit behind it that can make you feel good, make you inspire you. You know, look at What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. All of a sudden now, What's Going On is a hit all over again from 1971. Yes. You know, and a lot of people never heard What's Going On before until now. You know, so it's I'm excited to be in the music business. I wanted to retire at 31 years old. I wanted to retire at 31, and here I am 70, and music has dragged me back in it again.
You're not going anywhere because we need you. And like you stated with songs like What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, back then there was more timeless music being created. So no matter what decade where it comes back, it's refreshing to the ears who have already heard it, and it's new to new ears. Like, yo, this song is really talking about what's happening now, because whether we like it or not, we're in the same cycle, just different people and a little different dynamic, you know, and we still trying to figure out what is going on in this world, because for some reason it still can't get right.
Right. You know, and
at the end of the day,
pretty soon we're gonna find out and see what's really going on, you know, because the question has been asked. And so I mean, the best is yet to come. TQuest, I want to say it to you and to your audience. The best is yet to come.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even though you wanted to retire at 31, as you can tell, music has been watered down. So we need you. And even if you want to retire, we're not going to allow that to happen. Because as long as you still have that gift from God, you still have to use it for the people that needs it and the people that don't even know they need it. So it's up to us to put it out there.
Right.
So we can heal those souls.
Yeah.
You know, put smiles on those faces and continue to appreciate gifts like yourself that's producing music that the world truly needs. You know, so now
we need music.
We need you. We need
all right,
you.
well, here I am, and look like I'm going to be here for a minute, so we might as well make the best of it. And like I said, music can change the world, and we are out. It needs to be changed. You know, we need a new world, and a better world. So we're gonna do it through the music.
Okay, let's do that then. So right now, with you producing music and your book, are you gonna go on tour and perform and then sign the books? Like, what's the plan? Because that's two different markets that you're pushing right now at the same time.
You know, my hero, which I performed in Carnegie Hall on October the 19th, 1974, it went to #1 in Europe in about a month. You know, I put it out. Well, we put it out. I have friends in London. I have friends in the UK. And 24 disc jockeys jumped on my hero, and it went to #1. My dream is to play a place in the United Kingdom called the Royal Albert Hall. Those of you who have never heard of the Royal Albert Hall, Luther Vandross performed there, and I want to go there. You know, that's where the Queen of England goes for her concerts and for her plays. It's called the Royal Albert Hall. And that's my dream, is to perform in the Royal Albert Hall with the symphony there. And that's been my dream for a few years now. And I think that we're getting close to that. Uh, they know me more in London, England, more than they know me in the United States. You know, London, they fell in love with my voice there. My songs are being played there more. I get royalties from England, from Italy, from Belgium, from Hong Kong, and so I want to go over there, and then maybe, it'll catch on here. I think that the book will help me here. The book is being published by Trilogy Publishing and the TBN Network. So I believe that
Wow.
by September they should know me. They should know me very well here. But everything looks good, and now I'm on with TQuest. Isn't that wonderful?
Woo-hoo! That is just a blessing. I'm trying to tell you, because so many people be trying to get on my show, and I'm like, look, I'm flattered, but I need to talk to people who's really going to touch the lives of the listeners and the viewers. Because people are going to be listening live. They're going to be listening from different radio stations. They're going to be listening from different streaming sites. And I don't like to be like everyone else. Like, I want to know your story. I want to know your happiness, your hurt, your pain. I want to make sure you have a story that's going to touch people's lives, because that's what these platforms are all about. The music is going to sell
Yeah,
itself. But I want to know more about you,
yeah.
because you've been around for quite some time, and you have these gems that the people need to hear. And that's why I set up my show like this, so we can really touch the lives as well as heal them with the music, you know? So,
Well, I have a Facebook page called Jerry
mhm.
Cummings Music Life Coach. And
Okay.
your listeners can go there and like that page, Jerry Cummings
Okay.
Music Life Coach. I am a
Mhm.
music life coach. I work with Lily McLeod from the X Factor. She did
Mm.
one of my songs, "No One Compares to You." It's
Mhm.
big in It's big over in Czechoslovakia. It's big in England.
Wow.
I work
Yeah.
with a lot of yeah, I work with a lot of people. Lily McLeod, I saw
Mhm.
her on the X Factor, and I wanted to know who she was. And they think I know. Somebody was calling me, telling me she wanted to meet me. And I said, Lily McLeod want to meet me? And so I got a chance to record her. The song is called "No One Compares to You." It's on
Mhm.
YouTube, and so I love to coach people. I love to be a help to people.
Mhm.
I like to get involved and take them further than where they are. And so that's because somebody did it for me. A man named Harold Melvin, a man named when he met me, I was singing baritone and bass, and then he heard my tenor, he heard my soprano voice. He said, "Don't you ever sing baritone again." He said, "You were born to be a soprano. You were born to be." And I'm saying to myself, and he was right. Then he turned
Mhm.
around and put me up front at Carnegie Hall in New York, which was my goal. After I saw Ladies Sing the Blues with Donna Ross, and her manager said, "You're going to Carnegie Hall." I didn't know where Carnegie Hall was. I didn't even know Andrew Carnegie, who the hall was named after. And then I ended up singing at Carnegie Hall to a standing ovation. And, so I want to tell everybody, your dream will happen. Your dream will happen. Take it from
Absolutely.
me. It will come true.
Mhm.
If you think about it and think about it long enough, you'll draw it to you.
Mhm.
It will come to you. My dream happened and is happening right now. It's happening.
Beautiful.
And your dream will happen.
Mhm.
All of
It's
you
happening.
are bigger than this. It's happening.
Absolutely.
You're bigger than this.
Mhm.
You're the world changers. You're the ones that makes a difference when you walk in a room.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like
Don't get me
that.
preaching now.
Well, I mean, the flow is yours. Hallelujah. That is okay. That's what it's all about. Take
Yeah.
advantage of new platforms because these are words that people need to hear. I know people talk
Yeah.
about affirmations all the time, but you need to hear these things to keep yourself motivated. The climate of society is so uncomfortable right now that to hear these words are very touching, and sometimes you just need to hear it. Just like Miss Crystal Franklin just said, she said she needed to hear that. That's why I always tell people, look,
Yeah.
if you have a voice and you have something positive to say and you mean it really from your whole heart, put it out there. Just put it out there because you never
Yeah.
know who's listening or paying attention, who live you may touch. You know, you never know. But
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
even
I've
know.
learned and
Hmm.
I've learned and I've experienced in life that your thoughts become things. Your
Absolutely.
thoughts become things,
Hmm.
and of course, I'm a student of the Word of God. I'm not going to hide that, but in the scriptures it says in Psalms in Job 22:28. Look what it says. It said, "You will decree a thing, and it will be established unto you." Now listen to
Absolutely.
this. This is in the Word of God if you never read it. In Job 22:28,
Hmm.
God says, it wasn't just Job talking. God said, "You will decree things and they will happen." If you don't decree it, it won't happen. If you don't decree it and say it, you won't see it. If you
Hmm.
say it enough, you will see it. It will come to you. I can't even explain it to you, but that's what I've been doing all of my life. People laughed at me. My football team in high school, when I sung a song by Frank Sinatra, called
Hmm.
More. The song is called More than the simple words I tried to say. I only live to love you more each day, and so they booed me. They booed me in high school. Yeah,
Wow.
but I told them, I said, one day y'all are going to pay to see me perform. Well, it wasn't too long after
Hmm.
that. I'm at the Warner Theater in Washington, D.C., and guess who's in line? The football team. They standing in line to my, hey Jerry, man, can you get me in, man? You got an extra ticket? I'm coming in the stage door, and they in the back talking about, come on, Jerry, man, I played ball with you. They booed me in school because I
Wow.
wasn't singing a song that they hear on the radio. I was singing something by Frank Sinatra,
Hmm.
and they booed me.
Wow.
But I told them, I said, one day you will pay to watch me. And Harold Melvin brought me to Washington, D.C., to the Warner Theater. The line was wrapped around the corner, and I'm telling you, the same guys who booed me were asking me for a ticket. So I'm telling you, the people that laughed at you today will cry over you tomorrow.
Hmm.
That's the
Absolutely.
truth.
Absolutely. It is the truth. It is the truth. Trust me, I know. And you know what? And at the same time, for the ones who do that, I don't have no ill will. I still do what I do.
No.
I still wish people the best, but it's funny how things take a turn and they're like, wow. And then they start to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm like, you didn't know no better. But hey, enjoy my
Yeah.
show. Okay. And then we're just gonna keep it moving.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
think you have a great, I think you have a TQuest. I think you have a great, I'm looking at your screen,
mhm.
the TQuest show. I mean, that's going viral. That's going to
Absolutely.
touch. I have friends in England that I need to have simulcast your show. I got friends in Los Angeles that I need to have them simulcast your show. You have a you have a great platform. You have a great personality, and you know what you're doing. You had me change my name right before we came on the screen. I don't know nothing about doing that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
no, we were supposed to meet. We were supposed to hook up. This is in the plan of destiny. It's called the
Absolutely.
plan of destiny. So this ain't
I
no
like that.
coincidence.
No, it
This ain't
wasn't.
no accident.
Mm-mm.
It was meant to be or it wouldn't be.
Meant to be. You're
Yeah.
right. And
So your best is about to get better. Let me say it again. Your best is about to get better.
I believe that and I receive that with my whole heart. I really do. And I'm I tell a lot of
All
people,
right.
I interview so many different people from independent artists to mainstreams, from new to legends to authors to celebrity chefs. And I'm just like, they all come a dime a dozen, but then there's like some special gems out there that just touch my heart and remind me why I do what I do, because I built this platform to really have moments like this. Now, where my guests are enjoying themselves, I'm enjoying myself, but we are
Yeah.
touching the lives of the people that are listening. That's why the tagline for the show is relatable, informative, yet entertaining, because everything in life is
All
optional.
right.
And for the fact that you have chosen to be here with
Yeah.
me during this hour, I appreciate you. For the ones who have taken the time out to listen right now, whether supporting me, supporting you, supporting us, I appreciate you guys, because everything in life is optional, but they have chosen to be here in this moment with us. And I appreciate them. But most importantly, I do appreciate you, especially with those touching words, because you know how it is. You've been around. You've experienced a lot, the
Yeah.
ups and the downs, the good and the bad, But I think this is a time of the show where it's time to hear some music, you know. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
get
What you
some
want to hear?
music.
What you want to hear?
You about to sing live? No, I got some music ready. So you ready? You ready for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's bring on our DJ El Nino, and gonna bless her with the music today.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
My song. I love it.
Absolutely.
I
Special
love
shout
it.
out to definitely. I'm gonna give a special shout out to our DJ El Nina for blessing us with your music today. And just hearing
Oh,
you
love
sing
it.
in the background, I'm just like, would you sing now a cappella? A little bit?
Huh?
Would you sing live a cappella a little bit?
I could probably do something.
Okay.
Um, what do you want? Just what do you want me to sing?
Anything. Just something.
Anything?
Yes.
How about you got me blushing.
Good.
Oh, it's something that everybody knows. If you don't know me by now, you will never know me. Ooh,
That's
My
it.
daughter is on.
That's I
My daughter
see.
says, "Sing, it's my
I
pleasure." You know,
Mm-hmm.
she says, "Sing, it's my pleasure."
I
Well,
believe
it's my
it.
pleasure. It's a song that I wrote in 1978. I hadn't planned to do no singing, or I would have had me a glass of water or something. you know. Um,
Yeah.
but the song, I wrote the song because Harold Melvin used to
Mm-hmm.
always, when people will make a compliment to him, he would say, "It's my pleasure." You know, they say,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, thank you so much, Harold." And he would say, "It's my pleasure." So then one day I sat down and I wrote, "It's my pleasure to love someone like you." And it's my pleasure to need and want someone like you. Any, anything, even more than gold, even more than. I can't do it now because my
It's
voice is not there. But
okay.
anyway, you can listen to "It's My Pleasure" on YouTube. And if you want me to sing, let me know the next time so I can gargle and stuff, because I have to prepare myself. Um, I just don't sing out, just saying, but "It's My Pleasure" is a beautiful song. It also went to number one overseas. And I recorded it. One of the first productions that I ever did was "It's My Pleasure" by Jerry Cummings. And again, it's on YouTube. And I just got it registered with Sound Exchange this week. So, it's going to do well. But my daughter is Michelle Lady M Soul.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her the name Lady M Soul. And now she's with Next Level Radio in Washington D.C. And all of a sudden she wants to get into radio. So I say, okay, well, you think about it long enough, you stay with it, you'll get there. And I was on yesterday with an attorney for Ricky Smiley,
Mm-hmm.
and Steve Harvey, and so there's some big things about to happen, and it's people like you, T Quest, and your show, Lady M Soul, my daughter, it's people like y'all who are going to bring it all up and make it happen. It may take 3 or 4 years. It may take. Let me tell you something about a vision. A lot of things that I'm doing now, I thought I was going to do them 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Visions may take longer than we anticipate, but when it happens, it's still on time. When it
Absolutely.
happens, if you just be patient, just be patient, it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I see when I look at this is one of the best formats of radio shows I've done.
Wow.
I mean, did somebody create this? You know, um, gotta love me world.com. Gotta love me world.com.
Thank
Come
you.
on. Now, how did you come up with that?
It started as a slogan, but as an entertainer, I'm like, I need something to represent me. And I came up with "Gotta Love Me." And there's that's a strong statement. I'm like, well, I can back it up because I strive to be an amazing person. I strive to be positive. I strive to help people and just treat them the way I want to be treated. So you gotta love me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's been growing.
Anybody that don't love you don't love themselves.
Exactly.
If they
Exactly.
don't love you, they don't love themselves.
Absolutely.
You don't pay them no
Absolutely.
mind. You just
I
love them
don't.
anyway.
Exactly. Just show them the love. You show them the love. Even with this platform,
Yeah.
before the pandemic, I used to be at the radio stations, but then when we came confined to being at home, I'm like, I'm not going to stop what I love to do. I'm not going to stop touching the people's lives with my voice and what I say and having a special guest. So we're going to figure this out. And we figured out this virtual world with the best teacher in on earth. So shout out to DJ El Nino for showing me how to do these things and helping me with it. That's why you see the moving graphics and the designs is on point because I'm not going to stop what I'm doing because there was a shift in society. Because long as I'm still here, I'm going to
Yeah.
find a way to do what I have to do to still fulfill my purpose here while I'm still on earth.
Actually, the crisis brings out the best in our creativity. We create
Absolutely.
better when we're in a crisis. We create
Mhm.
better when people tell us we can't do it. So this help you to bring out, this was already in you all along, but it
Mhm.
took something to happen for you to make a move this way. So crisis and things happen to us to make, not to destroy us, it's to bring
Mhm.
out the best in us. And
Absolutely.
so let it happen. um let it happen because you're on your way. There's some big things ahead of us. Once I'm on television again, I know I'm gonna be on TBN. That's 3 billion people around the world.
Wow.
There's going to be, we got to do this again in the future. once
Absolutely.
once everything pop, once everything happen, we got to come back and show everybody the book, and they can go right now to my website, from goldtoglory.com. I have a
Okay.
gallery there with pictures with me and Steve Harvey and TD Jakes and Ray Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens. I met Mike Epps, the actor.
Mhm.
So but from goldtoglory.com, and you can also go ahead and order the book there, because I'm signing those books from the website. People who order my
Mhm.
book from the website, I personally
Mhm.
autograph them to them, and they're mailed out to them. They're hardback, they're hardcovers. So,
Mhm.
but that is from goldtoglory.com.
Okay. Got it. There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
There it
Did she
is.
do that?
I surely did just now.
Whoa.
It's
Well,
interesting, right?
you good.
Thank you. I
You good at
appreciate
what you do.
that.
You
I
good at
definitely
what you
appreciate
do.
that. Definitely appreciate that. And then in your next book, you have a picture next to me, T Quest. They be like, there she go. That's what I'm putting
Oh
next to
yeah,
her.
yeah,
Hmm. Absolutely,
yeah. Wait,
absolutely.
what city are you in?
Well, right now I'm in
What city are
Fishers. It's
you?
near Indianapolis. So I'm in the Midwest.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
And where are you
Indianapolis.
located?
I did the I'm about 50 miles south of Chicago.
Oh,
I'm about an
okay.
hour, 2 hours from Indianapolis.
Hmm.
What's the theater I played in Indianapolis? The lady that did the straightening comb. What's her name?
Madam, nope. I don't know. I'm new out here, so I don't know all
The
the
Walker
names.
Theater. Oh yeah, the
Madam
Walker Theater. I was there
Madam
in
CJ Walker.
2013. I was working with a group
Okay.
in 2013. I was working with a group, and
Mm-hmm.
we did If You Don't Know Me By Now, and um what was the other song? I did a song that I wrote, and they started line dancing. I'd never heard it before. Madam CJ Walker, thank you.
Yeah. Yes,
But the Walker
absolutely.
Theater. So yeah, yeah, Indianapolis,
Okay.
beautiful
Okay.
city.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I have a question for you. You've done so much in so many decades. What is left on your list that you want to accomplish before you retire? Retire.
Uh-huh. I want to help to make the world a better place.
Mm-hmm.
Just make the world, I'm a teacher, you know, I teach on a spiritual level. I sing on a spiritual level. I write on a spiritual level. And I believe that wake up everybody. I believe that that's a reality in my life. Time to teach a new way. Maybe then they're listening to what you have to say. Wake up everybody, make the old people well. You know, they the ones who suffer and catch all the hell. You know, and one lady wrote me a letter, and I sang No One Compares to You to Mother Ida Pendergrass, who is the mother of Teddy Pendergrass on her 100th birthday. I guess it was 3 years ago. She turned 100 years old, and I sang No One Compared to You, and she cried the whole song. I mean, you can see that on YouTube too. Jerry Cummings sings to Mother Ida Pendergrass, and she cried the whole song. And the lady told me, she said, you are actually doing what Wake Up Everybody is saying. And I'm the only one that's living from the album. Everybody else dead. You know, Teddy's gone, Harold gone, Bernie gone, Larry gone. And here I am, the last note standing. So therefore, I must have a call. You know, there must be a reason why the creator of the heavens and the earth kept me here. So I believe that we have the power to change the world. I believe that. And I don't care what nobody say. You know, we can change the world, and we can do it through music. We can do it through education. You know, we can do it through economics. We can do it through politics, you know, because we are the ones who have been chosen to be here at this time. I had a friend named Leo Diggs. Who I grew up with in Augusta, Georgia. And back then, we had to have a polio shot. There was a polio vaccine that we had to take before we could go to first grade. And a lot of people now, they don't remember the polio vaccine, but everybody had to have the polio vaccine before they could go to the first grade. Well, I had a friend named Leo Diggs that got the polio. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. He had to sit on the porch all day, you know. And so I left and went to Washington, D.C. I came back to Augusta, Georgia. And guess what? And Leo was walking down the street. Leo was walking. Wow. Here's a guy who couldn't walk, who couldn't talk. You know, he sit around on the porch all day and bobbing his head. He had polio. He didn't get the vaccine. But I got the vaccine before I could go to the first grade. And I saw Leo walking. I saw a miracle. This is God's truth. I actually witnessed a miracle. And I said, Leo, I said, how is it that you're walking and talking? You had polio. You were crippled. He said, a man came to town and set up a tent behind my house where I used to live at. And he said that man laid hands on him and prayed for him, and he got healed. Now, a lot of people don't believe in healing. A lot of people don't believe that that can happen, you know, but I witnessed a lot of things. And Leo walked and talked and sang, and we hung together the whole summer. And here's a guy who couldn't walk, who couldn't talk, who had to sit on the porch all day. He couldn't feed himself. And he said a man came to town and put a tent behind the house where I used to live at and laid hands and prayed for him. And he walked out of there healed. That man changed Leo's world. And I was like 15 or 16 years old when I witnessed this. And some of y'all may have heard of the man, and maybe they made fun of him before, but his name was Oral Roberts. Man named Oral Roberts. Laid hands on him. He was a man of faith. I didn't follow Oral Roberts, you know. I was a member of the House of Prayer for All People, you know. But so I'm saying that words are powerful. Your words create your world. Y'all remember that. Your words, not nobody else. It don't matter what nobody else says. Your words create your world. When God created everything, he said, let there be light, and there was light. So he spoke it, and he made us in his image and after his likeness. All we got to do is keep speaking it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have the TQuest show. You had to say it before you could see it.
Yes, I have.
You say, I'm going to have the TQuest show. I'm going to call it the TQuest show. And look at you. If you had never said it, you would never see it or be it. I said, I'm going to be a professional entertainer and travel around the world. I said, I want to meet Stevie Wonder. I want to meet the Temptations. I want to meet, I want to be on Soul Train. I want to do the Dinah Shore show. I said it all, and I did it all.
Look at that.
But if I had never said it, I could never see it. TQuest, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but your words never die. Your words, they're atoms. They don't die. That's why people could say stuff to you 10 years ago, and it seemed like you could hear it, and they said it yesterday. Words don't die. So when you say, I'm going to be something, I'm going to do something, you're putting it in the atmosphere. And you're creating your world with the words of your mouth. Yeah, a man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his own mouth. That's in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18. Your words create your world. So what world you want to create now? What do you want to do now?
Me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm interviewing you now. See?
Well,
now
to be honest,
I'm interviewing you. What do you want?
I like that. I just want to pretty much do what you're doing, touch the people with my gifts, whether it's music, through being a personality, being a journalist, being a poet, a motivational speaker. I know I'm here for a purpose. I know how strong the effect I have on the people. So I just want to continue taking it to the next level because, the world needs more TQuest out there. They need more happiness and need more positivity. They need more healing. And that's what I'm here to do. But I always tell people, don't forget about self-healing and self-care and self-worth. So I have to make sure I'm good so I can be even better for the people.
Right. Well, you were born for this. You were born for this before you even had a mind to think. Somebody blessed you. I don't know who it was, but somebody, it might have been your grandmother, your grandfather, an aunt, an uncle, but somebody blessed you. And now you have evolved into the reality of that blessing. I went through it, you went through it, and you've been chosen to do a work that no one can do like you. It's just that simple. Can't nobody do what you do. Ain't nobody else got TQuest.
No.
That's your brand. So hey, your best is about to get better. That's all I got to say. Your best is about to get better. You got no one compares to you. You got no one compares to you there.
No one compares to me. I don't think I have
No
that
one
song right now.
compares. There's a song that I think I sent it to you called "No One Compares to You."
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see.
You play that.
Oh, okay. What I'm gonna do is because the hour is up. So when I send this show to the stations, I'm going to edit it a little bit, and I'm gonna put that song in there. Okay.
Are you gonna send me the show so I can put it on my platform?
Absolutely. I'm definitely gonna send you the show, and I appreciate you being here and blessing the people with your words, with your knowledge. And I want to make sure everyone continue to support you and your music and to buy the book from the website. So if you can just take this minute right here to just remind the people of your website, even though it's right there at the bottom for the ones who can't see it, but they're listening, and how they can follow you to support everything that you're doing.
Okay. The website is from goldtoglory.com. I see you have goldtoglory.com, but it's from goldtoglory.com.
Okay.
From Gold to Glory. And then follow me on Jerry Cummings Music Life Coach. Jerry Cummings Music Life Coach. If you want to hear me teach, I have a university online called School of the Prophets University. And I post a lot of teaching there, a lot of video there. School of the Prophets University, and Jerry Cummings Music Life Coach. From goldtoglory.com. There's a store there where you can purchase the book. You can purchase music that I've written. My Hero at Carnegie Hall is there. But I want to say thank you so much. I can't wait to get this M4 you're gonna send me so we can play with it.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to do that, send you everything. And once again, I appreciate you being here on the TQuest show, relatable, informative, yet entertaining. And as usual, the hour goes by so fast when I have such an incredible guest. Jerry Cummings has been an absolute pleasure. Don't be a stranger. I know you're a very busy man, but let's still keep in contact and know that you have all the support here from myself, my team, GLM, and all the listeners. And I appreciate all you guys. And it's definitely your daughter for being here supporting, because nothing like having support from family and friends, additional to like fans and
Yeah,
supporters, you know?
she's my firstborn. She's my
Absolutely.
firstborn.
Absolutely. But once again, I
Yeah, thank you
appreciate you,
so
Jerry
much.
Evans.
I really appreciate the platform. And
Hmm.
I thought we were going to do a half an hour. You said we did an hour?
We did. It's going over an hour, but
Woo!
it's fine.
Man,
It's fine.
we went by like that. That means we were having a great conversation, a great time.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I want to send it out. I want to send it out to the Trinity Broadcasting Network. They have an audience of 3 billion people.
Mm.
I want to send it out there. So you send me the M4 and I'll send it out to them.
You got it. I definitely will. So once again, to my TQuest fan support, it's your girl TQuest. You just tuned into the TQuest show, relatable, informative, yet entertaining with our special guest, Jerry Cummings. Make sure you support his music and support his book. It's your girl TQuest. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM. Download the TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store, and sign up for my mail list on my website, GottaLoveMeWorld.com, where we can find Gotta Love Me Radio, home of the music and conversations you want to hear. Until next time, over
He's good.
and out.